Matza for me, matza for you, that. Look how hard me a work, oh God. Now feel maths me work so hard. Confident out there now, one straight A's now. Maths in my world.
Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another exciting grade 2 math lesson where learning math is fun. I am Faithlyn Williams, your teacher for today. In today's lesson, we will subtract one-digit numbers from numbers less than 100. To begin, let us remind ourselves of what it means to subtract. What does it mean to subtract, boys and girls? Well, subtraction is the act or process of taking away from a group or a number of things. And when we subtract, the number of things in the group reduces or becomes less. Let us look at this example. 65 subtract 4. You can use base 10 blocks to help you subtract. Boys and girls, do you remember what base 10 blocks are? Great, let me remind you. This base 10 block is called a unit. It represents 1. And so it has a value of 1. Now time for our second base 10 block. This base 10 block is called a long. It is used to represent tens. And 1 long has a value of 10. Now, using base 10 blocks to show 65, subtract 4. First, we will show 65. Then, subtract 4 from 65. So, how do we show 65 using our base 10 blocks, boys and girls? Remember now, 65 is 6 tens and 5 ones. So we will use 6 longs to show 6 tens. 3, 4, 5, 6. And we will use 5 units to show 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next, we will subtract 4 from our 5 units. There we have it, boys and girls. 1, 2, 3, 4. So subtracting 4 from 65, we are left with 6 longs and 1 unit. And there we have it. 6 longs is equal to 60. And we have 1 unit. So we will add that 1 unit to the 60, and that gives us 61. So 65 subtract 4 equals 61. And we must put in our answer. So there we have it, boys and girls. Now it's time for a second example. Read along with me. 19 subtract 7 equals, and we have a box there to put in our answer. Now for this one, we will use a 100 chart to help us subtract. But first, we will identify the number 19 on the 100 chart. So there we have it. Then next, we will subtract the 7 ones. To subtract, we can count back 7 ones from 19 and mark each space. So count with me, boys and girls, as we count back 7 ones from 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there we have it. The number we stop at tells us how much is left. What number did we stop at, boys and girls? Yes, we stopped at the number 12. So 19 subtract 7 equals 12. That was easy, boys and girls. Using our number charts and counting back to help us subtract. Now here is a third example. And I want you to read along with me, boys and girls. 44 subtract 9 equals, and we will soon find out what should go in that box. This time we will use a number line to help us subtract. But first, you draw an open number line. So let's get that in. So there we have our open number line. And why do we call it an open number line, boys and girls? There are no numbers on it as yet. And so we will be putting in our numbers. So the next thing that you do after drawing your open number line is to mark and label the point 44. And 44 must be placed at the far right on the number line. We are subtracting 9 ones. So we will start at 44 and count back 9 ones. And we will make sure to mark each point. So counting back 1 from 44, there we have it, gives us 43. Let's count back another 1 and mark. What number will we mark, boys and girls? Yes, 42. Let's count back another 1 and tell me what number should we mark. So there we count back 1 more. Let's put in our dot. We will mark 41. We will continue counting back 1 each time until we have counted 9 ones. And each time we count back 1, we will mark and label each point. The number we stop at tells us how much is left. So let's continue counting back. We're at 41, so count back 1 from 41 gives us 40. Count back 1 from 40 gives us 39. And counting back 1 from 39 gives us 38. Counting back 1 from 38 gives us 37, boys and girls. Have we counted back 9 ones as yet? No, we have 2 more to go. So counting back 1 from 37 gives us 36. And counting back 1 from 36 gives us 35. So remember, the number we stop at tells us how much is left. And what number did we stop at, boys and girls? Awesome. We stopped at 35. Therefore, 44 subtract 9 equals 35. And now we have put our answer in the box. Now, boys and girls, let us do a quick recap of the ways we used to subtract so far. One way to subtract is to use base 10 blocks. And there are our base 10 blocks, boys and girls. And another way to subtract is to count back using the 100 chart or an open number line. And there we have them. And look at how we're counting back. Boys and girls, I think you're going to have fun subtracting one-digit numbers from numbers less than 100. So guess what? It's activity time. And it's time for us to get started. Here is your first activity, boys and girls. Read along with me. 89 subtract 6 equals, and we have our box there to put in our answer. I want you to use base 10 blocks to subtract, and then I want you to share. So take some time to solve, boys and girls. Are you ready to share? Okay, what did you get for your answer? Hold that a minute. I want you to tell me what you did to get your answer, boys and girls. Great going. So let's do it together. Now, using base 10 blocks to show 89 subtract 6. I wonder who could tell me how many base 10 blocks we should use to show 89. And which of the base 10 blocks? Awesome, boys and girls. If you said I should use 8 longs and 9 units to show 89, you are correct. This helps us to see that 89 is 8 tens and 9 ones. So let's show that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 longs, which is 80. And how many units are we going to show, boys and girls? Excellent. All of 9. And there, yes, there we have it. 8 longs and 9 units to show 89. And to solve, we will subtract 6. So we have 6 ones that we're going to take out of the 9 ones that we have there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we have it, boys and girls. What do we have left? Yes, we have 8 longs and 3 units. Now, do you know what 8 longs is equal to? Awesome. 80. 8 longs is equal to 80. And we have 3 units. And to get our answer, we will add the 3 units to the 8 longs, or to 80. So 3 units added to 80 is equal to 83. Therefore, our answer to 89 subtract 6 equals 83. Wow, boys and girls, we're going to have fun today. Now, here is your second activity. Read along with me. 56 subtract 6 equals, and again, we have a box for our answer. Now, try doing this subtraction by using base 10 blocks. Take a moment to solve, and then I'll ask you to share. Now, tell me what you did to get your answer, boys and girls. Way to go. If you said you used 5 longs and 6 units to show 56, you are correct. And if you also said, next you subtract 6 units, that is correct. So let's show 56. 5 longs, which is equal to 50, and 6 units, which is equal to our 6 ones. So there we have it, 56. And next we subtract 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there we have it, boys and girls. What do we have left? Great. We have 5 longs left. And 5 longs is equal to? Great, 50. So the answer to 56 subtract 6 is 50. There we have it, boys and girls. Our answer is 50. And now for your third activity. And you know I always want you to read with me, so read along. 92 subtract 7 equals, and we have a blank box there for our answer. Now this time I want you to use an open number line to subtract, boys and girls. But I want us to do this one together. So the first thing you're going to do is to draw your open number line. Great. Next, we will mark and label the point 92 to the far right of our open number line. So there we have it. And what should we do next, boys and girls? Awesome. We should count back 7 ones from 92. And what will that tell us, boys and girls? How will we find our answer? Great. The number we stop at will be our answer. That will tell us how much we have left when we count back 7 ones from 92. So starting at 92, let's count back our first one. What do we get? Awesome, we get 91. And let's count back 1 from 91. What will we get, boys and girls? Great. We will get 90. And remember, we must mark each spot. That will help us to know how many we have counted back. So let's count back 1 more from 90. I wonder who can tell me which number will come next after counting back 1 from 90. Oh, awesome, boys and girls. 89. Let us continue counting back 1 until we have counted back 7 ones. Okay, so far we have counted back 3 ones. So counting back 1 from 89 gives us 88. Let's count back again. 1 more from 88 gives us, yes, 87. And counting back 1 from 87 gives us 86. Have we counted back 7 ones as yet, boys and girls? No. How many more do we have to go? Yes, we have 1 more to go. So count back 1 from 86. And what do we get? 85. So there we have it, boys and girls. To write our answer, we look at the number we stop at. And what did we stop at? Yes, we stopped at the number 85. So 92 subtract 7 equals 85. And now for your fourth activity, boys and girls. And you know I want you to read with me. So read along. 77 subtract 5 equals. Awesome, boys and girls. I want you to use an open number line to help you solve this one. And I want you to do it on your own. So take a moment to solve and get ready to share in a short while. Are you ready to share, boys and girls? Go right ahead and tell me what you did to get your answer. Wow, that is awesome, boys and girls. If you said you drew an open number line and marked your first point 77 to the far right, you are indeed correct. So let's show that. Here is our open number line and we're showing 77 to the far right. What did you do next, boys and girls? Excellent. If you said you count back 5 ones and mark and label each point, that is also correct. So let's look at what you should have. Let's count back 1 from 77. What do we get? Awesome, we get 76. Counting back, and there we have it. Counting back 5 from 77, we have 72. Boys and girls, is that what you got for your answer? Awesome. So we stopped at 72. Therefore, 75 subtract 5. Let me say that again. 77 subtract 5 equals 72. Boys and girls, if you got 72 for your answer, you deserve a high five. Wow. And now, here is your final task. Read along with me. 63 subtract 8 equals an empty box there. I want you to use the 100 chart to do this one on your own. And then get ready to share, boys and girls. So take some time to solve. Are you ready to share what you did to get your answer, boys and girls? Remember, I'm not just taking your answer. I want you to share how you got your answer. Go right ahead. Amazing, boys and girls. If you said, first, you identify the number 63 on the 100 chart, you are correct. Now tell me what you did next. Wow. If you said you count back 8 ones from 63 and mark each space, that is fantastic, boys and girls. So let's count back 8 ones from 63. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. Remember, the number we stop at tells us how much is left when we count back 8 ones from 63 We stopped at the number 55. Therefore, 63 subtract 8 equals 55. Wow, that's all for today, boys and girls. It was fun subtracting one-digit numbers from numbers less than 100. And it's time to recap. Here are a few reminders from today's lesson. Subtraction is the act or process of taking away from a group or number of things. And when we subtract, the number of things in the group reduces or becomes less. We also looked at ways to subtract. One way to subtract is to use base 10 blocks. Another way to subtract is to use an open number line. And we can also use the 100 chart to help us subtract. That's the third way. So there we have it, boys and girls. That's all for today. Remember now, practice makes perfect. Keep on practicing until next time.
Matzah for me, matzah for you, that. Look how hard me I work, oh God. Now feel maths me work so hard. Confident out there now, one straight A's now. Maths in my world.